Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be discussing some Flash Season 8/Season 9 news that we got last night, like a little under 24 hours ago, when I'm recording this, regarding casting for Season 9. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button below, subscribe if you're new, notifications on. Let's get right into it. So, a little bit, like an hour or so after the episode is aired for The Flash, now, reminder, The Flash is currently filming their final episode, final episode of the season, I should be saying, which is 8/20, season 8, episode 20. And Candace Payton on Instagram, like an hour or so after the episode aired, said, and you're seeing on screen right now, that's a wrap on Iris West Allen, and she was crying a little bit. And then her second story, which you're seeing on screen right now, is a picture of it. She was shutting her trailer door. Now, she's never done that. She didn't do it for season 7, season 6, or season 5. I'm assuming she didn't do it for the past, this is the first time she's ever done that. Now, we don't know if Iris is coming back or not. We have no idea. The only thing we know for season 9 right now is that Grant and Chester are in it. We don't know about Danielle Panabaker. Who plays Caitlin / Frost, or at least right now does. Who the hell knows? One of them will probably die next week, which got confirmed, by the way. And that someone's going to die. I don't know if Caitlin's or Frost, but I think we can all assume it's Frost or Kate. But it's interesting because we know Iris is in 8/20. So I don't think Iris is dying. If they're going to write Iris off, it'll be because she's leaving. Now, why would she be leaving? I have no idea. At the end of 8/12, which aired last night, we saw Eddie come back. Now, I think we can all agree that is Deathstorm. I think we all know that. But it got me to thinking, because we're getting a speedster that is right out of the comics, that was actually Barry's love interest, aka Fast Track. Now, Fast Track, aka Avery, and Bart are actually, they kissed in 806, and said that if Bart ever came back, that he would be with Avery, or if he could ever come back, he would be. So, you would think, if Barry knew that, which why would he? None of that would happen. But seeing how Fast Track is in 8/20, Iris is in 8/20 along with Bart, XS, and J, I don't want to go down this road, but maybe something happens with Fast Track and Bear. I can't see that happening. That's just me thinking, why the hell would Iris leave? After everything that's happened in Central City with Iris and Bear, why would she just walk up and leave Central City? They might do a really good job at writing it. I don't know. But I can't see any reason why Iris would leave now, of all times now. Maybe she's pregnant, and we find out in 8/20 that she's pregnant, so Barry tells Iris to leave the city. Like what Alfred did with Felicity. They went out to that cabin, and Felicity had Mia, and before Alfred left for Crisis and all that. Maybe it's that situation. But to keep Iris safe, to keep the baby safe, which will be Nora, maybe that's where they're going. And it's just going to be a repeat of Arrow Season 9 where Felicity's not in it. But instead of Felicity, it's obviously Iris. Maybe that's the route they go down. I have no idea. But it's interesting on the timing. Because we get this massive cliffhanger of Deathstorm talking to Iris, as Eddie. We know it's Deathstorm because the hissing was in the background. This isn't Eddie. This is Deathstorm talking to Iris in that cliffhanger. Reminder, Iris doesn't know anything about this. She's probably thinking it's her time sickness. But, which we'll find out next week. However, you have to wonder the timing. Assuming she watched the episode, which why wouldn't she? Although, who knows. The timing on it just seems off. Is she trying to tease that she's the one who dies? Because we all know someone dies Is she trying to tease that she's the one who dies, even though we know she's not dying, because she's the one who legitimately posted on her Instagram story when they were filming A14, a funeral scene, when she was in funeral attire, and she's in 820 thanks to set photos. She knows we know all that. So it makes no sense for this to be related that one death we're getting this season on Team Flash. And again, we know it's not Iris. So I don't think Iris is dying. I think it's one of two things. One, maybe Barry does something that makes Iris leave, or Iris is pregnant. Maybe it's a time sickness, or Iris could be pregnant and Barry tells Iris that she needs to leave Central City because there'll always be a threat, and to keep the baby safe, to keep Iris safe as well, they need to go away for a bit. And maybe that leads into season 9, because it doesn't work having a baby on the show. We had that with Jenna. But the thing is, this kid, their first kid, will be Nora. And I'm pretty damn sure she was born in 2023. I'm pretty sure. So it's just the timing. I mean, because the pregnancy lasts around 9 months or so. I mean, you would have to time it pretty damn well for it to line up in 2023. And for Iris to be gone for a number of months going into season 9, I mean, it just depends how they play out these episodes. Now remember, 15, 16, and 17 are all interlude episodes. And we know in 8:15, Nora's coming back. And we know, I'm pretty sure 8:13 is going to be the last episode for Iris for at least 4 episodes. She won't be coming back. Well, no, she's in 8:14. So 8:14 she's in, and then 8:15, 16, 17, and 18, Iris more than likely won't be in. All we know is that coming out very soon, Iris will not be in 4 of these episodes. Now, we're all thinking, this will be the last episode she's in for 4 episodes because of Eddie showing up and it being Deathstorm. You would think that she's going to die here or something. But I've seen all the set photos. I've seen all the teasers that Candace has posted. She is in 8:14. She is in 8:13. So there's no possible way that she's not going to be there in 8:14 and 8:13, which means she doesn't get affected by Eddie. Spoiler alert, but if you keep up with this stuff, you would know. That's why I do videos on it. So it's not really spoiler if you keep up with it. And if you're clicking on this video, you should expect spoilers. That's what I'm telling you. If I do a news video, more than likely there's spoilers connected to it. So, But, anyways, because I know someone will probably comment, you just spoiled the season for me. It's one character. Get over it. It's Iris. No one gives a crap. If I literally told you who died, that would be something else. By the way, I don't know who is going to die. All I know is it's not going to be Barry or Iris. That's all I know. That's all we know. We don't know anything about Chester or Cecile or Caitlin or Frost. But, no, we know one of the two. We know that we've seen Daniel Panabaker in a Frost suit with black hair. Or brown hair like Caitlin's. So you would think that's Caitlin, or that's Frost dyeing her hair brown to resemble Caitlin. Who the hell knows? But I think it's fair to say those two are dying on some level. But anyways, by the way they're leading up Frost, I mean, it does look like she's going to die. Let's be real here. But it is interesting to see, again, the timing. Because we get this mad cliffhanger for Iris talking to Deathstorm as Eddie. And it's like, the timing. It just doesn't add up. We get it, they're done with 8:20, but you could have waited a whole day to post that. So, and she doesn't know if she's coming back. She's made that very clear. She does want to come back. All these people saying Candace doesn't want to come back, they're full of crap. But, she doesn't know. And it could be at this point in the show where there's nothing left for Iris to do. She's been focused on this time sickness crap for the past 2-3 seasons. They have her doing reporter stuff until it really got bad, the time sickness. And now it's like, where's her character going? And I think the next story for Iris would be her getting pregnant and her leaving Central City to protect this baby of Barry and Iris, and Barry having those cringy one-line calls in season 7 again, when Iris isn't, or Candace wasn't there at least, keeping up with Iris and with the baby, although knowing the writing of this show now, hopefully it sticks in season 9, I think we can all hope that that's the case. I can see it going where we don't get those cringy one-line phone calls again from Barry like we did in season 7, when Candace was missing abruptly without telling anyone because of COVID stuff, which she needed the break, and I'm glad she got that break. She needed it. Whether we want to disagree or agree on that, I don't really care. But it doesn't take away from the fact that this would cause a lot of trouble in season 9 with the love interest of the main character not being in the show. Arrow handled it pretty damn well, because they had Oliver, thinking about Felicity. They mentioned Felicity a lot. The Flash could do the same thing, but they have to be very careful about it. Arrow did it precisely to where they knew what they were doing right away, to where they led up to, Felicity not being there. Now, the season 8 finale, I think of this graphic novel, Eric Wallace has been working on for 2 years. And we saw that in 8/12, it being fully connected back to 601 with Chester's black hole. And now the Mac, so it's interesting to see, okay, we have this one thing coming in, we have another thing coming in, but where the hell is Iris going? Because we know she's not dying. We know she's not going anywhere till 8/20. And if this is Candace Payne's last episode, I mean, who the hell knows? So it's gonna be a very, very, very interesting season 8 finale as a whole. Not like about a graphic novel. It will be the end of a graphic novel. Not this one, another one. We're getting another graphic novel at the end of the season with certain few people coming back, which I'm very excited about. But I almost said who there, and I really didn't want to. But just the season 8 finale as a whole, I mean, we're going to be seeing so many things get tied up. And Eric Wallace even said it himself. He wants this season to end as if it was set up to be a series finale. Now, going to season 9, Eric Wallace wants the show to be something different. Not like ripping away everything. But if they want the show to be different, one of the best ways they can do that is to not get rid of, but on some level write off Iris West Allen, like her being pregnant, having the baby. That takes up 9 months. You can go through the whole season the span of that time if they do the timing right. Like this whole graphic novel in Deathstorm right now has been taking place for the past 4 days. Literally, for them, it's been 4 days. Like, you can see that in every episode. They mention, 24 hours ago. It's only been a few days for Deathstorm, this whole story arc. So in season 9, if Iris is in fact pregnant and they do write her off, Candace off, and just have her appear here and there with flashbacks or whatever, new scenes that they did before Candace left for season 8, or after season 8 when her character was done, they could always do that. But if they did the graphic novels correctly in season 9, which we don't know how many graphic novels there will be, they can very well easily do all these graphic novels filling up throughout the months of the pregnancy, and then we're going back to the end of season 9 to Iris having the baby, Barry being there. We're meeting Nora as a baby again, which we saw in season 6 in the first half when Bloodwork took over Barry. Nora needs to be born no matter what was happening in this timeline. Whether Barry dies in 2024 or not, Nora's gonna be born. They can't just alter that. After 8 years of the show, they can't. Bart, on the other hand, they can very well change no matter what they do. But Nora 100% is being born more than likely season 9, early season 10, assuming they get that far, who all knows. But I think this would be a good way if they were going to write Iris off This would be a good way to do it. I don't see how they couldn't do that. Or what other explanation they could. Like, what, Iris just leaves the city for no reason? For a story, and she's gone for however many months in between? I mean, I don't see that working out. Unless something really bad happened to Iris. And she just left Central City. Or maybe she was forced to? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of all this. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.